Hi guys, I'm going to show you how to do a portrait and a landscape napkin fold card. And they're very simple to do. It's just the way you put your paper, and the scoring is the same for both. So I'm going to flip you down. Now, for a portrait size, you're going to need a piece of paper that is 8 by 10. You're going to want to put the 8.5 inch side, or the 8 inch side, at the top of your scoreboard. And at 3 1/4, you're going to want to score all the way down. And you can take a pencil or your little score tool, and you're going to want to make a mark at 6 3/4. Okay, now take it and turn it over. Now with the 10 inch side at the top of your scoreboard, you're going to want to score at 3 3/4, and you're going to want to make a mark at 6 1/2. Then you're going to want to turn it diagonally, and you can go in your groove, your cutting groove, and you're going to line up your marks in that cutting groove. And you're just going to score. And I am using the very last of my Graphic 45 Hip Hip Hooray. I have no more scraps. So you're going to fold on your score lines and give them a good varnish, and it will help if you fold them and varnish them going both ways. It'll just make your card come together easier because you've broken in the paper. Okay, and now we fold on our diagonal score. Just like that. Okay. Now what you're going to want to do is on your diagonal scores, just pull them in, and you see how your card is already wanting to do what you want it to do. And and then just push down. And that's why I said score them both ways, because it helps it do what it wants. And of course this one is wanting to give me fits, but that's okay, because it's only paper. And we can make it do what we want it to do, just like that. Sometimes you've got to show it who's boss. Okay, so that's it. And this is for the portrait one. Then you're going to need a piece, and if you're doing directional paper, make sure it's going the right way, and you always want your square in your left hand, on your left hand side. And you're going to need a piece that is 3 by 3. And that goes there. And if you have double-sided cardstock, that is your friend. Okay, then you need a piece that is 3 by 3 and 1/4, and that goes right there. And all I had to make this card was 2 full sheets of 12 by 12 paper. I had 2 frames, and luckily I had 2 of the border strips that worked with the frames, and a couple of the little sentiment cut aparts. Okay, so we got that on. And then you need a piece that is 1 1/4 by 3. And that goes right there. just like that. Now for this part, you can use journaling cards, you could use die cuts, you could use toppers, whatever you want. And let's see. And I used a frame with one of the border strips and I just glued it on. And you're just going to place that where you want it. And I'm just going to give myself a guideline so I know where to glue and I don't glue my whole card together. And you just want to glue on this top square. Just like that. And then just go by your guidelines. And give that a good press. And you can open up your card and varnish it. Make sure it's stuck. Okay, and then fold it back shut. And then I'm just going to give myself another guideline right there, so I know where I want to put my little card. And usually I would go with something bigger here, but this is what I had, so this is what I'm using. And I'm going to stick that right there, just like that. And what you want to do is to make sure that your front piece covers that piece. And it shouldn't be stuck too awful good. I just got to move it over a hair. There. And there you go. Then you take a 5x7 card blank. If you don't have a pre-made 5x7 card blank, cut a piece of cardstock that's 10 by 7, and with the 10-inch side at the top of your scoreboard, score in the middle at 5, and then just fold it and varnish it. And I used some of the matching washi tape as like a mat. And you just take this and just center it right on your card blank. Open it up. Give it a good varnish. Shut it. And then you have the whole inside of your card. You could decorate. You could add another sentiment. You could write a note. Or whatever. And there's your portrait style. And it fits into a 5x7 envelope with no problem. And here's another one that I did that I had more pieces to work with. Like that. And then you've got the whole inside. So that's the portrait one. For the landscape one, it's the exact same. And this piece is trying to run away on me. So we do the same thing. Take an 8x10 piece of cardstock. Okay? With the 10-inch side this time at the top, we're going to make a mark at 3.5, and we are going to score at 6 3/4. Okay, then we're going to take the 8-inch side, put that at the top of our scoreboard at 3.25. We are going to score, and at 6.5 we're going to make a mark. Then we are going to come over to our groove. We're going to line our marks up with that groove, and we are going to score diagonally. And like I said, always have the square on your left hand side. So we just fold and varnish on our score lines. And also your diagonal score should go right through that point of the square. If it doesn't go through the point of the square, then you know you've done something wrong. And you do have to be kind of careful varnishing that, because sometimes you can tear it right there. Okay. And you do the exact same as you did with the portrait. See? You bring them in just like so, and you just push that down. And see, that one I didn't have to fight with. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. And again, you will need a 3 by 3 square. Put some glue on that and stick that, center that right there. And remember, if you're using directional paper, make sure it's going the right way. Then you need a piece that is 3 by 3 1/4, and that goes right there. Like so. And then you need a strip that is 1 1/4 by 3. And just put some glue on that. And that goes right there. Just like that. And I just used another frame and glued a border strip to it. Find where I want that. Draw myself a guideline. Follow my guideline. Rub it down. And when I got it like this, I'm going to do my guideline for my inside. I'm going to open it up. Give that a good varnish. Get my little card. And for this, if I would have had one that went this way, that's what card I would have used. But like I said, I was using up my scraps, and I'm trying to find my guideline. Okay, yep. And just kind of put him on there. Close my card, make sure it's covering, and it is. Give that a rub so it's stuck good. Fold the card up. I did the same with another 5x7 card blank. And you just glue this. And just center that on your card blank. That looks good. I'll open it up. Give it a good rub. Make sure it's stuck good. And see, then you have the hole inside of your card. You do a sentiment. You could write a note. And there you have a landscape one. And here's one that I did where I had more to work with. And see, like I said, if I would have had one that went this way, that's what I would have used for the landscape one. So you can see you can pretty much get away with bare minimum, and what you have you can work with. So there you go. Portrait, landscape, napkin fold card. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I will answer them. And if you make one, leave it in the comments, or if you're in my group on Facebook, post it in the group. And until next time, bye-bye.